It's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We're in San Diego County today, joined by none other than Faith Bautista. She is the CEO of the National Asian American Coalition, as well as the National Diversity Coalition. If you don't know the work of these organizations, you should, because they are doing remarkable work on behalf of Californians and really the entire nation.
You sure do.
I want to talk about three elements of your organization. Let's talk about home ownership. Talk to us about the work of the organization with regard to home ownership.
So NAAC is a HUD-approved counseling agency. By the way, thank you, Brad, for having me here.
Of course.
We're a HUD-approved counseling agency. We help homeowners avoid foreclosure. We do loan modification. If they cannot afford the loan modification, we help them have a graceful exit strategy by buying their property. We allow them to stay there, and then we either sell it back to them or sell it to another buyer. So it gives the homeowners to give them some peace of mind. Dignity, right? Graceful exit strategy.
This is so important, and for better or for worse, you were probably very busy a few years ago. I know you're busy now, but in the height of the foreclosure crisis, you must have been incredibly active.
Yeah, because you know, hemp ended. So there's not going to be a government loan modification anymore. So it's going to be harder for the homeowners to get their loan mod. So by going to the right company, right agency, such as NAAC, which is regulated by HUD, and as you know, NAAC has a great relationship with most banks. We can actually expedite and get their loan modification.
And I remind our viewers, the NAAC, while it's called the National Asian American Coalition, you work with folks of all colors, races, creeds, whatever it may be.
That's right. And also, Brad, what I love about NAAC is we help increase home ownership in the African American and the Latino and Southeast Asian. As you know, home ownership is all-time low, because there's no supply, even though the interest is low, the prices are so high. California has the most expensive homes in the whole country. Here in San Diego, there's no more underwater, so it's so expensive to buy homes.
So can your organization, or does your organization work to create not affordable housing, that's a term, but housing that is affordable?
Correct.
I mean, because that's really where we're struggling. I mean, there's a lot of effort to look at affordable housing for the low income, but what about the middle income folks who are getting squeezed out?
Right. So, Brad, we buy bank-owned properties. So the foreclosed homes by Nation Star, Ocwen, Bank of America, we are FHA approved buyer. So we have our own line of credit with a very low interest rate from 13 financial institutions, where we buy these homes at a discounted rate. We rehab them and sell it to the first-time home buyer and really deserve to own a home, where otherwise they cannot buy a home because they get beat out by investors.
So in addition to the loan modification element, you're also focused on first-time home buyers.
That's right.
And so do you help them to get into a loan that they can manage?
Yes. First, we help them fix their credit. We really improve their credit scoring. And we provide a down payment assistance up to 8% of the purchase price.
Huge.
Huge. 1, 5, even $15,000, you know, First Republic, $7,500 for closing assistance. So when they go to NAAC, I always believe there's no homeowner left behind. There's no home buyer left behind.
So for our viewers that are watching, how can they access your services?
Please call National Asian American Coalition or just go to naac.org. And we're here to help. As you know, here in San Diego, we have 3 offices. We have one in Mira Mesa, National City, Chula Vista, and we're easy access.
And then throughout the state, because we do air statewide as well, we're also, I mean, 18 offices in California?
23.
Yeah, so I mean,
you're right.
Huge number of offices.
Yeah, so there's really no reason. We're inside Island Pacific Supermarket, and that's easy to access.
I want to ask you about small businesses.
Sure.
I so often hear and see people with an idea, and they just don't have that initial capital to get going. And they don't need $1 million. they need $10,000. I mean,
Here you
dude,
go again.
right.
Access to capital, access to contracts are low when it comes especially to the small micro businesses.
Right.
So what NAAC does is we provide micro lending. We were going to give you a loan. We'll give you a loan from $5,000 up to $50,000, regardless what your credit score is. It's about Brad
Right.
trying to make a living, trying to have the making America
Right.
great again.
And so do you provide counseling services
Yes.
to help these young or
Yes,
entrepreneurs?
we have small business technical assistance, and our small business technical assistance is from providing them business plan, cash flow, social services.
Right.
I mean, we're even giving them a lot of tools to
Right.
run their business. And we partner with most financial institutions where we will guide them what kind of loans they have, from SBA loans
Sure.
to the Small Business Express loans. So really, Brad, there's no reason not to get your dream. Just look for it. Not only our organization provides this, but other nonprofit that has the services.
So what do we do if we want to access these types of micro loans? I mean, I know we can call NAAC, we can go to your website, but what, before we get to you, what should we have prepared?
Your financial statement. I mean, just make sure that you're ready. But here's the thing, Brad. Most of the businesses do not have their act together.
Right.
They know how to run a business. I mean, they know how to get clients. They know how to business. But when it comes to documentation, paperwork, they don't know that. So they really have to go. And there's so many services out there, you know, from the SBA, from
Right.
the SCORE. Ask for help.
Right, and you're there. And you'll help startups, you'll help existing businesses. It's at all levels,
right.
up to $50,000, that's a real amount of money. I mean,
It's, you know,
that
it's-
can be the difference between making your bills or investing in that next order that you need to buy to satisfy customer needs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The other element that is part of your portfolio, so many parts, but one I want to focus on, and I'm proud that we're part of the solution on your behalf, it deals with broadband.
That's right.
We're getting there. You know, it's the 21st century and broadband is new, but you are looking toward creating more broadband literacy.
Right.
What does that mean?
So, you know, America, as much as we're the #1 country in the world, when it comes to internet, when it comes to digital literacy, we're at the bottom. And thank God to Charter that
Right.
provides a lot of broadband literacy.
Sure.
So we're here also to provide them internet access. So for the students that are in the school program, for the senior citizens that are in government subsidy, we actually can give a laptop. You know, we have,
Wow.
you know, actually working with Charter that $14.99.
Can I just tell you?
So, you know,
Yeah.
where can you get? And it's a high-speed internet. So with that, there's no reason for somebody will tell me, I have no access to internet. Wrong.
We can get it to
You can get it.
It's that simple. I was on the subway the other day and I was using my computer and this beautiful little boy, 5 years old, told me his neighbor had a computer. And I wanted to just say, well, you have one now too, and give him my computer. I mean, it's hard and we want to help. But like you said, I should have just given him NAAC's phone number or NDC's phone number because
Really, this country is great.
Yeah.
It's San Diego or any other places. There's so much help out there. All you have to do is look and ask, and you shall receive.
And I am so glad you came on our show. I have followed your story for so long, and you're doing such great work on behalf of Californians. Her name is, and the entire nation actually, but her name is Faith Bautista. She is the CEO of the National Asian American Coalition and the National Diversity Coalition. My name is Brad Pomerance. You're watching us on Local Edition.